Item 490. Timber structures. 1. Description. Construct timber structures and timber portions of structures. 2. Materials. Supply materials in accordance with details shown on the plans. 2.1 Timber. Supply timber in accordance with Item 491, Timber for structures. 2.2 Hardware. Galvanize all hardware including nails, except cast and malleable iron washers, in accordance with Item 445, Galvanizing. Hardware may be cast or malleable iron or cut from steel plate as specified. Use bolts, pins, washers, and spikes of the size and type specified. 3. Construction. Construct structures in accordance with the plans. Complete all cutting and boring of timber before treatment if practical. Ensure all framing is true and exact. Drive nails and spikes to set the heads flush with the surface of the wood without making deep hammer marks in wood surfaces. Accurately cut all lumber and timber, and frame it so the joints have even bearing over the entire contact surface. Use washers under bolt heads and nuts. Countersink hardware when smooth or flush surfaces are required. Remove all bolt stock projecting beyond 1/4 inches from the top of the nut. 3.1 Storage and handling of timber. Store timber in piles at the site. Stack timber at least 12 inches above the ground surface. Arrange timber to shed water and allow air circulation to prevent warping. Protect it from weather. Clear the ground of weeds and rubbish underneath and near material piles. Handle timber without dropping, breaking outer fibers, or bruising. Use slings or other approved equipment. Provide corner protectors when using metal bands to bundle members. 3.2 Stringers. Size stringers to uniform depth at bearings, and place in position so knots near edges will be in the top portions of the stringers. Lay stringers with the crown up if practical. Stringers may have butt joints or lap joints. Stagger the joints when stringers are 2 panels in length. Fasten all stringers securely by bolts or nails as shown on the plans. 3.3 Bridging. Frame cross bridging or diaphragms between stringers neatly and accurately, and securely toe nail with at least 2 nails in each end. 3.4 Flooring. Use glued laminated deck panels or single planks as shown on the plans. Place planks for single plank floors with the hard side down. Provide 1/4 inches openings between planks for seasoned materials and tight joints for unseasoned or treated material. Spike each plank to each stringer or nailing strip firmly with spikes at least 3 inches longer than the thickness of the plank. Cut off the ends of the plank on a line parallel with the center line of the roadway. Select the planks according to thickness, and lay them so number 2 adjacent planks vary in thickness by more than 1/8 inches. 3.5 Wheel guards. Lay wheel guards in sections at least 12 feet long except where shorter sections are necessary to match end joints. 3.6 Railings. Stagger butt joints so adjacent rail joints do not occur on the same post. Bolt connections wherever possible. 3.7 Holes for bolts, dowels, rods, and lag screws. Bore holes for round drift bolts and dowels with a bit 1/16 inches less in diameter than the bolt or dowel. Bore holes for square drift bolts or dowels equal to the least dimension of the bolt or dowel. Bore holes for machine bolts the same diameter as the bolt. Bore holes for rods 1/16 inches greater than the diameter of the rod. Bore holes for lag screws with a bit no larger than the root of the thread and 1/2 inches deeper than the penetration of the lag screws and equal to the diameter of the shank for the length of the shank. 3.8 Field treatment. Treat cuts and drilled holes in treated piling or timbers and all abrasions after cutting and drilling as specified in Item 492, Timber preservative and treatment. 3.9 Painting. Paint in accordance with details shown on the plans. 4 Measurement and payment. The work performed, materials furnished, equipment, labor, tools, and incidentals will not be measured or paid for directly but will be subsidiary to bid items of the contract.